Before we jump into the episode today, I want to share something with you from my heart. First of all, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I really can't tell you how much your support means to me. We've been doing the podcast now for almost 4 years. I can't even believe it. And I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you that listens, shares an episode with your friends, sends me a DM or a text message letting me know how an episode resonated with you or any aha moments. Seriously, I couldn't be more grateful to be able to create this podcast. It has been such a blessing in my life, and I love hearing the ways it's been able to provide value in yours as well. One thing you might not know is how much work it takes to be consistent with a podcast. In fact, did you know that the majority of podcasts don't make it past episode number 10? And we are well beyond that. And it's just a lot thinking of the episodes, recording them, editing them, managing the guests, making sure that everything runs smoothly and gets uploaded consistently and regularly. And so that's why I have created an amazing opportunity for you to support the podcast monetarily. And in exchange for that, you will get exclusive premium subscriber content. So for as little as $3 a month, you can become a premium subscriber of the podcast. And every month I will upload new voice-guided workouts and breathwork meditation audio for you. So that way you can work out with me, coaching you in your ears. You can also take a moment to reduce your stress and relax and come down and ground down with one of my breathwork audios. So if that is on your heart to support the podcast for as little as $3 a month to become a premium podcast subscriber, I can't tell you how much that means to me and the growth of this podcast. I appreciate you. If you're interested, click the link in the description, become a premium podcast subscriber, new content every month, and while supplies last, I'll send you an exclusive podcast coffee mug so you can have your self-love and sweat coffee every morning. I appreciate you. Now let's get into the show. Welcome to Self-Love and Sweat, the podcast, the place where you'll get inspired to live your life unapologetically, embrace your perfect imperfections, break down barriers, and do what sets your soul on fire. I'm your host, Lunden Souza. Hey friend, it's me, Lunden Souza, online lifestyle transformation coach. I help people all over the world just like you who know they are meant for more, get their mind right and their body tight, and go from crazy busy to crazy happy. And hey, if it's our first time meeting, welcome. So happy to have you. And if you've been with us for a while, it's so great that you're here too. I'm really excited to share this episode of the Self-Love and Sweat podcast with you. Hey, I want to tell you quickly about 2 ways that you can get connected beyond the podcast to up-level your health, your life, your fitness, reach your goals, but also support the podcast as well. So the first option is our Self-Love and Sweat monthly members-only meetup. We meet up on the last Saturday of the month on Zoom for 90 minutes to cover some important topics, to answer your questions, and then to also do a workout together. It's a great way to have that support, have that accountability, get supercharged, and get reminded that there are other people all over the world on this journey of self-love and sweat, and you don't have to do it alone. You can join your first month for only $1 using code SELFLOVE1 at checkout, and then it's $27 a month after that. So you go to lifelikeLondon.com/monthly, use the code SELFLOVE1 at checkout to try us out, test it out for only $1 for your first month, and then you can be on board to listen to the podcast, join up on the meetups, and just really feel like you're connected and thriving on this journey to reach your goals. The second option is our Strong at Home for Women 8-week dumbbell-only workout plan. We have women all over the world getting stronger from the inside out right at home, right? So we're ready to take action to get stronger despite the circumstances of the world. And we know that we're not about to do that alone. So embark on this 8-week journey with us. You can go to lifelikeLondon.com/strong at home. You can pick up your 8-week plan. And the exciting thing is that every 8 weeks, we open it up, myself and my co-coach, for VIP all access coaching with us. So not only do you get the plan, but you get Zoom fireside chats with us. You get an exclusive way to chat with us anytime so you can ask your questions, share your progress. And we're always continuing to stay connected and motivate and inspire each other on our journey to get stronger, no matter what that means for us. So if you know that you're meant for more, you're ready to get stronger from the inside out, and you're just like, yes, I need a plan and some structure, something to tell me what to do. I know I'm ready, but I need that coaching. I can't do it alone. We are here for you. You can go to lifelikeLondon.com/strong at home, pick up the plan, figure out when our next VIP all access registration is opening so you can get that support and guidance. And the third thing, I said there was two, but the third thing is you can do both. You can join us for those monthly meetups. You can be there for the 8-week program. You know, this coaching and this support is here for you. We want to get you real results that last so you never have to start over again. And so you guys are awesome. Enjoy this episode. Get connected. Self-love and sweat, friends. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Self-Love and Sweat, the podcast. I am super excited to bring you these tips today. Today, we have 4 tips for your fitness if you are a beginner. And if you're not a beginner, stay tuned because these 4 tips are going to be super valuable no matter where you are on your fitness journey. If you're in chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter, 62, whatever, these tips are really going to be valuable and are really foundational tips and things to know and things to kind of let sink in no matter where you are on your fitness journey. Because when it comes to these tips, they are going to help you in the long run with longevity and consistency. And so I just really felt like these 4 tips provide a lot of value no matter where you are on your fitness journey and will really help you understand that we're never really starting over. Right? This is our journey. There might be a little bit of a pause or a break or a little bit of a dip in terms of intensity in our workout. Maybe you've never, ever worked out before. That's possible too. But there always are going to be kind of this ebb and flow and just kind of the moments where we're feeling a lot stronger, a lot more motivated, and times when we're just kind of, taking a step back a little bit, allowing our body to recover maybe for, a couple days or even, a season or whatever. It's just like, I like to, I want to start it off there with saying that, you're never starting over. It's not like if you get in that mindset of like, oh my gosh, I have to be perfect. I'm starting today. It's like, that's fragile. It's like it's going to break and it will. You can't be perfect, right? So these tips are really going to help kind of build, let's say, that strength there when it comes to the endurance of the journey, not necessarily, building actual physical strength and building, endurance physically. That's amazing too. But that strength and endurance within your fitness journey. Okay. And that's what these 4 tips are really going to help you be able to do and be able to understand. Okay. So no matter where you are on this fitness journey, these 4 tips are going to be super valuable for you. But especially if you are a newbie or you're a beginner or you've taken a break for a while, before you just like jump into the swing of things and try to do all the workouts and work out every single day and all the time, listen to these 4 tips. Okay. So let's jump right in. Number 1, the first tip for fitness beginners or for any of you listening today, is to understand that your mindset impacts all of it. Okay. So if you think working out sucks, you got to switch that thought process. Okay. If you think that, every single day you're going to be motivated and you're consistently seeking, needing to be motivated all the time. And when you're not energized, it's not good. We got to flip that too. So your mindset's going to impact all of it, right? Some days I wake up and I don't really want to work out. I don't really feel like it. This morning was a great example. I just was feeling a little bit more sluggish. It just took me a little bit longer. I've been working a lot more lately.
And I just felt a little bit tired. And I had to literally remind myself today, like, hey, working out's going to bring you energy. Like working out is going to help you feel more focused and more alive. And the way you feel after you work out is going to be way better, And there I was, like brushing my teeth, like rolling my eyes at myself, because this is the work that I do too. It's like we're not always motivated. We're not always excited about doing all the things when it comes to working out and a healthy lifestyle and all the stuff that we said we're going to do, right? So from the beginning, understand that mindset work has to be a part of it, right? Nobody comes to me asking me, hey, Lunden, I need mindset work. It's like, how do you find that motivation and that consistency to work out and to stay positive and stay motivated and reach your goals, And that's a big part of it, is knowing that it's generally me versus me. In fact, it's always me versus me, my thoughts versus the actions I'm actually going to take, And so I find that coming back to that regularly and also making that this first tip. So if you've never worked out before, you're getting back into the swing of things, or you're just like embarking on a new fitness journey, or you were successful in the past and now you're doing it again, whatever, get your mind right. Get your mindset ready. And sometimes even I do this, on days that I'm feeling really motivated and really productive, I'll make videos for myself to watch later, or audio recordings, but generally for me, it's video. And I make a video and I'm like, hey, Lunden, today you might not be feeling it. Your mind might be telling you that you just, want to relax. You kind of, you might feeling all over the place. You might be feeling overwhelmed. You might be feeling self-critical and like beating yourself up a little bit. But hey, like you're doing a great job. And remember, like as soon as you jump into the flow of getting work done and getting your workout in and, staying hydrated and all of those things, like you start to feel better and you start to feel alive. And I'll even say to myself, like, you have a big purpose to execute, you have a big mission and people to help. And we all do, even if you're helping one person or impacting just your family, whatever, we're all here to make an impact. And so that really helps too with my mindset, is because there'll be days where you're feeling good, right? Your music hits just right. Got your workout clothes on. Things are fitting. They're not too snug. Like, you're having a great day. You're being productive. You did your morning routine. You took all your supplements. You stayed hydrated. You had a great day. You did what you said you were going to do. Like, there are days like that. Absolutely. But there also are days that are not like that. And so maybe that mindset tip is helpful for you, because it's like you helping yourself, you taking care of yourself, you reminding yourself why you started. And just knowing that your mindset coming into it is all of it. And if you continuously come into contact with stories of like, oh, I'm too lazy and I don't have enough time and all of that, like your mindset impacts all of that. And, like I said, making a quick video or audio note for yourself to remind you of that. But also continuously working on your mindset, continuously cultivating that. Like I said, no one really asks for that when they work with me, but that's what they get, right? We get a lot of mindset work. We get a lot of mindset tools. We get a lot of mindset strategies because, we have so many thoughts and so many things that can and will get in the way if we choose to let them. But it's also possible to rewire our brain a bit and allow our mind to transition into new stories and new beliefs about what it means to be healthy and working out and all those types of things. So the first one that I want to hone in on is know that your mindset is all of it. I don't care if you are feeling super motivated, excited, 10 out of 10, ready to rock. You have everything. There's going to be days where you're not feeling it. Okay, let's get real right now. But you can change that and you can turn that around with some simple mindset shifts. When it comes to rephrasing some of your thoughts from I have to work out to I get to work out, just honing in on a morning routine. So that way you're not feeling scattered when it comes time to do that workout or to get in, that workout routine. Your mindset impacts all of it. Okay. Me versus me, you versus you. Number 2, the second tip for your fitness journey, if you're a beginner, and also a good reminder to a lot of us as well, is get a trainer in the beginning so that you can learn what good form feels like, and then also identify any movement compensations that you might have. Okay. It's not about getting a trainer so that they can kick your butt. It's not about getting a trainer so they can show you all the exercises that you're not very good at and that make you completely out of breath. Okay. It's important that you seek that counsel, that you seek that trainer so that they can show you how to perform exercises properly in a way that is going to feel good for you. And that way they can also identify movement compensations in your body, right? If you sit a lot, then your hips can be really shortened, which causes our back to arch in this anterior pelvic tilt. It can make our calves really tight. And so that type of, we can all think about that. Sometimes we sit a lot, our hips feel tight, things can be out of alignment and then lead to us squatting with some movement compensations or not doing lunges properly or not doing planks properly, or sometimes movement compensations when we're pulling something, our head can protrude forward and our upper body and just different things can do things in order to compensate to perform a movement using the muscles that we have, using the movement patterns that we have. But oftentimes the movement patterns that our body has developed from a very sedentary lifestyle or perhaps not really moving a ton can lead to injury a lot faster. And so if you just jump right into the swing of things and you get your ass kicked in a workout and then you're super sore, then your back's kind of tight, like you want to move at a pace that, you don't need to have 4 rest days after your workout because you're so sore, right? In the beginning, you will be sore probably for a couple of days. But working out with a trainer in the beginning, one that's not in it to, push your limits and make you puke, right away. But that's going to help you, understand, hey, this is why your body's moving this way. Here are some corrective exercises that you can do, or some great warm-up exercises or stretches that you can do in order to get your body moving in a way that's more efficient, moving in a way that's going to make you less prone to injury. And if you go and hire a personal trainer, make sure they're doing that. Make sure they're doing assessments, make sure they're looking at how your body's moving. They're meeting you where you are. And they're able to answer your questions of like, why am I doing that? So, I think that's so important and so powerful because, especially when it comes to knowing what good form feels like, right? It's cool if we have, a mirror that we can look at and you kind of see, what's going on when we're squatting or doing a push-up or whatever. But sometimes, I'm working out. I mean, I do have a mirror in my room, but sometimes I'm working out in a space where I don't have a mirror, right? And it's important to start to understand and know what good form feels like, where the driving force comes, what muscles you're supposed to feel, activating, what is, and that way you can start to identify that on your own, understanding that like, oh, if I feel a little, ache in my low back when I'm holding a plank, I should probably tuck my hips under and activate my lower abdominals and really open up and flatten out that lower part of my back. And just knowing that and feeling what that feels like is super helpful. And that way you're not just jumping into a workout plan blindly. Trainers also help with accountability, right? I mean, when you're investing financially and you have an appointment with someone in a certain time that you said you're going to be there, right? That can be really, super helpful, super valuable. And, maybe you're not a beginner listening to this, but getting a trainer, especially in like an exercise form or style that you're not, you don't do regularly or you want to try out is super cool. I love working out with my cousin. He's a martial arts master and I just love, doing, kickboxing with him and some breath work and different stuff because I'm not trained really in that. And that's not my expertise. And I like to have guidance so that I can start to get better and I can know what, it's supposed to feel like or what, different things I can do to get better. So, just like we do in a lot of different areas, get coaching, get a trainer, get someone that can really help you. And that doesn't mean you have to do that forever. You don't have to have a trainer forever. Some people do. You totally can. But I'm not saying like, invest all your money and have a private personal trainer. I'm saying like, learn from someone that can help you build a solid foundation so that you can have that longevity, you can have that consistency, and you can be less prone to injury. And you can actually work out in a way that feels good for your body and move in a way that is good for your body and start to identify and learn from some of those movement compensations so that you know why they're there, and how we're standing when we're not thinking about it or when we're sitting and we're hunched over or whatever. Like it just brings a lot of awareness to your body. So that's the second one, is get a trainer to understand what good form feels like and also to identify any movement compensation there. Okay. Number 3, don't overcommit. You don't need to do all the things. You don't need to do all the workouts every single day, all the time, into infinity and beyond. Okay. Don't overcommit. Go for one more than you're doing now. Okay. If you're not working out at all, okay, then maybe 2 more. Hit a 2-day a week workout plan. But where are you now? Are you doing 3 days a week, 20 minutes, but it's like not really doing the trick and you need a little bit, maybe you're doing more cardio and you wanted to add in more strength training. Just ask yourself, what am I doing now? And what's like one more than I'm doing now? Whether it's one more day, whether it's just a little bit of extra time tacked on, maybe you start doing 30-minute workouts 3 times a week. What's like just that little bit extra, right? Just a little bit extra. Not over the top, not trying to have all the goals and all the things and all the to-dos. This is a huge one. And this is one when I'm working with my clients one-on-one, I'm like, yeah, we can get big picture. We can get excited about what you're going to do. And even if you do this now, if you think about, okay, I'm going to work out, 4 days a week, I'm going to meal prep my meals. I'm going to get enough sleep. I'm going to, wake up and do my morning routine, and we can feel how excited we are and everything. But, my job as a coach, and also as I'm talking to you here on the podcast, is like, I'm the weight that's at the end of the balloons. Like, I'm bringing you back down to reality and saying like, hey, that sounds nice. That's cool. But like, you can't just go flying off into Neverland, thinking you're going to do all the things, because that's really unrealistic. Start where you are now, add on a little bit. Once you get that, then add on a little bit more. Try, to focus on this area. Maybe focus a little bit more on nutrition instead of working out. Once you get the workout, part down, but just don't overcommit. Okay. Literally, just don't overcommit. I'm telling you this. If you have a list of goals, cross a few of them off. It's a bonus if you reach them. It's bonus if you get there, but just start with one extra than where you are now, right? I don't want you to overcommit and then be super sore. I don't want you to overcommit and get injured. And most importantly, I don't want you to overcommit and then again be like, see, nothing works. I can't be consistent. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough energy. Like, no, set up your realistic expectations so that you can crush them, so that you can have success and progress. Okay. No more pointing the finger. No more of like, oh, I was supposed to do that plan, or they said that that was going to be the answer and that's going to work. It's like, what's one more than you're doing now? And stick with that. Very important. Okay. The 4th one. The last tip for you on your fitness journey, if you're a beginner, and this one's also such an important reminder for everyone, like even if you're in chapter, 9,999 of your fitness journey, this one is important too. Recovery is part of your workout plan. Don't just work out and then not foam roll and not stretch and not try to get good quality sleep, right? Staying hydrated, like that's all part of your recovery. So make sure that that is part of your plan. Okay. That is something that like, okay, if you're like, I'm going to do 3 days a week of working out and I'm going to do 40 minutes and 25 minutes of that is going to be a workout, but 15 minutes of that is going to be like the warm up at the beginning, maybe 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes at the end to stretch and maybe foam roll. Or maybe that's one particular day, which of course I'm a huge advocate of rest days, multiple rest days, right? And so maybe that's just like a day of relaxing and recovering and foam rolling and whatever, but make it just as big of a deal, right? Just as big of a deal as it is to get those 3 to 4 workouts done, crush them, did a great job. Get just as excited about that day or 2 that you take where you're like, I'm just going to go for an easy walk. I'm going to foam roll. I'm going to take an Epsom salt bath. I like to use essential oils. So I'll use like peppermint and wintergreen and sometimes lavender and rub that into my muscles and just kind of give myself a little massage, making sure that recovery is part of that process, because like nothing feels worse than training tight and sore muscles, or you know what I mean? When you're doing a workout and maybe your hips have just been super tight, but you haven't taken the time to foam roll out your quads or do any hip flexor stretches or anything like that. And, you go to do your lunges or your squats or whatever, and it just feels tight and crackly. And then maybe you end up doing too much and then you feel some like aches in your back later. Okay, take care of your body. Literally, don't just beat it up and then not do the recovery. Seriously. It's just so important for the longevity and consistency of your body, of your overall health and your well-being. You don't want to stretch yourself too thin when it comes to output. Don't forget that working in part and taking that time for the recovery in our body is so important, so powerful, you guys. That's something that one of the great visions I have when it comes to fitness, like my why for working out, is because I want to be able to continue to do burpees until I'm 90. Okay. That doesn't mean because I need the, oh my gosh, she can still do burpees when she's 90 factor. It's not really for me. It's just kind of like, I feel like that's super motivating. Like when I see like on Instagram, like older people, like I saw this 80-year-old the other day do like box jumps with her trainer. It was like a little box, but she did it. And I just feel like that's so motivating. And when I think about a 90-year-old that can do burpees, which is going to be me, right? She's not like beating herself up in her 30s. I'm 33 right now. So if I want to be doing burpees, until I'm 90, I need to be taking care of my body. Yeah, I need to be working my muscles, of course, and working out and staying fit and all of that. But I also need to be recovering and getting good sleep and foam rolling and, getting massage or doing it myself and making sure that like I am stretching and that I'm mobile and I'm flexible. And that's going to be, really important. I don't want to be, completely hunched over and malnourished when I'm older and have different issues where I wouldn't be able to do burpees and I don't know what social media will be like when I'm 90, but I think I'm going to go viral doing burpees when I'm 90. That's kind of my vision that makes me remind myself to, hey, push your limits, but rest hard too. Like rest hard, because if you don't rest, you're going to feel it. You're definitely going to feel it. So those are my 4 tips for you today. For all my fitness beginners out there, congratulations on jumping in and just, going for it. And for those of you that are on your fitness journey and you have been for a while, maybe you're starting fresh again. Maybe you're just kind of in a lull. Maybe you're crushing it right now and you're just like, I wanted to listen to these tips just to refresh a little bit. Wherever you are, these tips are going to be super valuable, like I said. So know that that's number 1, know that your mindset impacts it all. Number 2, get a trainer, especially in the beginning, so you know what good form feels like. You can identify any movement compensations and start to correct them. Number 3, don't overcommit. You're not built to do all the things, okay? Just one more than you're doing now. And number 4, don't forget, recovery is part of your workout. It is part of your workout routine. Foam rolling, stretching, easy walks, baths, sleep, that recovery, that rejuvenation is going to be so important to your longevity and your consistency. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here on Self Love and Sweat, the podcast. And I hope that you found these tips valuable. If any of them speak to you and you're just really like, man, that really spoke to me, I would love to hear from you. You can send me a DM, mainly on Instagram. I'm at LifeLikeLondon on all platforms, but I usually answer very quickly on Instagram. And then, or if you're on my email list, you can just hit reply to any of the emails that I send to you. And you can let me know what spoke to you. And I always respond. I love getting emails from you guys. So please reply. Let me know how this episode spoke to you. Let me know which takeaway really spoke to your heart today. And if you're not on my newsletter list and you want to get connected, you can get my free movement and mindset calendar. You'll find that in the notes of the show notes. And wherever you're watching or listening to this, there'll be somewhere where there's notes. So you'll find that link there and you can get on the list for my weekly Mind, Body, Love newsletter. I send it out every Monday. And then every month I give you a new workout calendar that you can, it's a workout and mindset calendar. So you can do workouts with me. You can listen to some other podcast episodes, just have some journal prompts, reminders, words of encouragement, and ways that you can really stay consistent holistically in your journey. So have a beautiful day, you guys. Keep rocking it.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Self Love and Sweat, the podcast. Hey, do me a favor. Wherever you're listening to this podcast, give us a review. This really helps a lot. And share this with a friend. I'm only one person, and with your help, we can really spread the message of self-love and sweat and change more lives all around the world. I'm Lunden Souza, reminding you that you deserve a life full of passion, presence, and purpose, fueled by self-love and sweat. This podcast podcast is a Hit Spot Austria production.